Hey there, today I'm going to be reviewing each of the Bellflower sunscreens, including the carrot, watermelon, avocado, and blueberry sunscreens. I'll be applying each of them for you in front of my ring light and showing you what they look like right after, as well as after 15 minutes in front of the ring light, as well as a natural light. So before I get started, I wanted to call out a few things that are common to all of these sunscreens so that I don't have to be redundant during the video. They're all SPF 50+, PA+++++, and they come in 50 milliliter bottles. They all have a few notable ingredients, including adenosine, niacinamide, and Centella asiatica extract. This leads to the claim that these are moisturizing and soothing while providing brightening and wrinkle care benefits. The latter two especially are debatable since this is a sunscreen, of course, sitting on top of the skin. These are not water resistant and all are alcohol free. 3 out of 4 of them are fragrance and essential oil free. They're actually all fragrance free, but one of them has essential oils, and I'll let you know which one that is. Finally, feel free to use my code ROTTENSKIN at YesStyle to buy any of these sunscreens. That's where I purchased them from, and you can receive a discount on your entire order, but I've also included Amazon links if I did find the product on Amazon. All right, so starting with the Carrot Mild sunscreen, which was my least favorite for a couple of reasons. One, it's a mineral sunscreen purely, so made with zinc oxide only, has a sun filter, and it also has essential oils. So this is the only one that is not fragrance free, and it has tons of essential oils in there. It has orange peel oils and grapefruit peel oil, tea tree leaf oil, flower oils, like any oil. Yeah, you name it. So I'm starting by just applying it as evenly as possible. So it's hard to tell, but this sunscreen actually has a slight orange tint to it, which is from the carrot root extract in here, which is how it got its name. You know, the box here says that it's a physical sunscreen without a white cast, and sort of right off the bat, you could see it's really rubbing in with a very noticeable white cast. I tend to not wear mineral sunscreens anymore just because I have facial hair, and it just, even if it looks okay on my skin, it tends to always be really obvious and ghostly in those areas. So I spent about a minute working it into my skin evenly. Off the bat, you know, quite a noticeable white cast, which you expect with mineral sunscreens, and they tend to subside over time, especially with zinc. But I didn't have a mirror I was looking into, so it really looked like a Got Milk commercial. But you can also notice in the eyebrows and hairline, it's looking kind of gray, purplish, and weird. But I wanted to give it a little bit more time to set in. So I didn't do this for all of the sunscreens, but I did want to show what this one looked like in different lighting in the bathroom, which had a yellow bulb. So it looked somewhat better, but definitely still noticeable in the facial hair region. So after 15 minutes, this is what it ended up looking like. Still kind of bad in the hairline, facial hair, eyebrow region, but on the skin, not horrible, but I'm still going to give it a white cast rating 4 out of 5 because you can definitely see it, especially in the hairline. I don't know, it did give my skin an overall like dullness, which I didn't appreciate. Here we are back again in the bathroom, and you can see it doesn't look as bad on my skin itself, but the facial hair still looks pretty noticeable. So there's that, and then I wanted to show it outside as well, which the cast is noticeable again, but you'll see the sheen is really not bad. It's satin at most. All right, the next one I'm going to talk about is the Blueberry Perfect Sunscreen, and it's my third favorite one. This one, of course, has blueberry fruit extract, which is where it gets the name from. It is a combination sunscreen, and I have the actual percentages of the sun filters in here thanks to Inky Decoder. It has 12% zinc oxide, 1% euvanol A+, 1% tinosorb S, 1% euvanol T 150, and 0.8% titanium dioxide. So it has quite a lot of zinc in here. So I was curious how it would wear on the skin. So right off the bat, it's looking, you know, very noticeable in the facial hair, but maybe not so much in the skin, at least the parts where I've rubbed in enough at this point. And here I am after finishing rubbing it in as best as I could. Still very noticeable in the facial hair, but not so much in the skin. Maybe still a little bit in the hairline. The eyebrows look better than the last one, so definitely wears a lot better in yellow lighting. This is right after application, so I still need to show you after 15 minutes. Here we are after 15 minutes in front of the ring light. So sheen is definitely shiny in my opinion. White cast, not so bad, definitely in the facial hair, but I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. no tackiness here or stickiness like the claim said. And I don't think I said that about the carrot, but that one wasn't tacky either. Looks decent outside, definitely clumpy in the beard, facial hair, but not bad. Eyebrows, hairline, looking okay overall. All right, so moving on to the second favorite one, the Avocado Moisture Sunscreen. This one does not actually say that it doesn't have an oiliness or stickiness on the box, but I didn't find that it was sticky. Anyway, they call out an additional ingredient, tocopherol vitamin E, which tends to have an oily finish, but I'll let you be the judge of that with the video. So this one has several filters, including Uvinol A+, Uvinol T150, Tinosorb M, and another one which I can't pronounce. This one actually has more of a watery texture, in my opinion, even though it's not runny, so it's kind of interesting compared to the other ones. It felt like very hydrating. So yes, this does have Tinosorb M, which is a chemical filter, but it's meant to be a hybrid between physical and traditional, I guess you'll say, in that it can reflect some UV rays, but the result is that it does leave, at least at first, somewhat of a white cast. And for me, my biggest gripe is that I can notice it in the facial hair, although you'll see at the end that it's like you can't pick it up on camera, but I always kind of feel like it leaves somewhat of a gray residue in that area, but unless you're looking for it, you probably won't see it. So I just kind of deal with it, especially since so many sunscreens are now incorporating Tinosorb M. Here it is after 15 minutes. I did notice some slight, maybe very slight tackiness around the forehead and eyes, but it wasn't noticeable unless you're like really trying to move that part of your face around. And the finish, I felt, was more on the dewy side. It doesn't pick up as much on camera, surprisingly. It looks pretty good here, and you can hardly even see it in the facial hair. And here it is in outdoor lighting. You can hardly see it in the facial hair in this lighting, but I felt it was more apparent in the ring light. Finally, we have my favorite one, which was the Watermelon Fresh Sunscreen, which I tried last year and on camera and have ordered more since. This one has two filters. It's chemical sunscreen, has Uvinol A+ and Tinosorb S, which provides broad spectrum coverage. It's also made with watermelon fruit extract at a high concentration, which gives it that pinkish tint to it, but that pink tint disappears really fast, as you'll see. The box on this one calls out sodium hyaluronate, unlike the others, and it is the last ingredient on the list. I didn't find this one to be more hydrating than the avocado one, for example. It spreads really easily and nicely, so no complaints there. So it dries pretty quickly and looks natural right off the bat. The sheen I found was satin. To be clear, satin is less glossy than dewy on my shiny scale. Here's what it looks like after 15 minutes, not a huge difference. If I do have to say anything negative about it, is that it has the most tackiness around the forehead and the eyes, but it's not bothersome. It was only when I was really trying to look for it that I felt it. Here it is outside, looking very natural. Oh, and someone caught me taking videos of myself and I was embarrassed. So I guess we'll end there. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the product links in the description. Thanks.